Go.
Good afternoon. It's Friday, January 22nd. The legislators are on their way home, and this is my weekly update. This morning in House Judiciary, we had three of the State Bar bills. The first, House Bill 1062. Remember last week I mentioned of a minor child, if the parents want to change the kid's name, they can do so without having to advertise, assuming that it's in the best interest of the children. That bill was heard and is on the consent calendar. Came out unanimous from the House Judiciary Committee and is on the consent calendar, which means that unless somebody objects, they won't have to debate that on the floor. The next bill we handled was House Bill 1063. And 1063 tries to strike a balance between mom and dad, if you will, where there's a protection order in place and the primary custodial parent wants to move. Right now, if there's a protection order in place, they don't have to give any notice that they intend to move. They can just go ahead and move. This strikes a balance where it keeps the protection order in place, but they have to give notice to the non-custodial parent if there's a court order in existence that provides for visitation. That came out of committee unanimous, but is not on the consent calendar because they want to discuss it. The last State Bar bill that was handled this morning in House Judiciary was the bill on severed minerals. Remember, in 2013, the legislature made substantial revisions to our severed mineral laws, including the necessity of making reasonable search by going to UJS records. Well, you can't search the UJS records for the mineral owners. If you go to the Social Security death list and you type in James Anderson, you might get 300,000 to 400,000 hits, so it's virtually useless. Thus, we, with 1063, what we're attempting to do is put the burden back on the owner of the severed mineral, where they must maintain an address at the Register of Deeds office where they can be located, and then that's where the surface owner would send notice that of their intent to merge the minerals with the surface because they haven't been used for 23 years. That was heard today. It came out of committee 10-3. We hope to get those other three negative votes back, but we feel pretty good about it. So those three bills are now all on the floor of the House and will probably be taken up on Monday. Now, on Monday in House Judiciary, Monday morning, we have our garnishment bill, which is 1059, and that'll be heard in committee. One of the biggest changes there is it would allow service of the garnishment by registered mail if the debtor is otherwise unable to find them, to serve them by the sheriff, or they won't pick up their certified mail. Now we could do it by registered mail. It also makes some minor adjustments, recognizing that the state minimum wage may be higher now or is higher now than the feds, and so when you do your federally mandated formula, that you can use the higher of. The last bill of the State Bar that's going to be heard Monday morning in House Judiciary is the nonprofit bill. And we are going to discuss that in committee, but there are a number of amendments that are coming. There are amendments, and so we discussed that this morning in committee, and our intent is we'll fully discuss it on Monday, but not take action until Wednesday, so everybody's had the opportunity to see the bill in its final version, and including the amendments. So it was a busy day today, and Monday and next Wednesday are going to be very busy, but that's the update. Hope you have a good weekend.